This is this is Grand Spiritual Master Ascendant Snow, Drew W. Shield, anointed sun and human proxy of Divine Mother and Divine Builders. I wanted to share something very special with you folks. I've been getting a lot of questions. People can't believe my age. Um, this is something I don't. It's something that has to be revealed. I don't really want to talk about, but I actually don't age. I'm actually my body is my body constantly renews itself. I actually been flushed out. I did show a picture. Um, there was four Pleiadians that were over my bed. Actually, in our reality, in our physical reality, it spooked the hell out of me. I mean, they were tall. They're 9 foot tall. They're bending over, and they're kind of slender, and they look like, you don't know if you saw the X-Men movie, Days of Future Past, those black things that are tall. They kind of look like that, but they were made of light, and it kind of spooked me out a little bit. And they're actually in reality. I actually opened when I did the meditation. I actually opened my eyes, and they were around my bed, and it freaked me out real bad. They didn't say anything. They basically, how they communicate with me is they when they wanted to speak to me, they basically sent me a download, and I automatically knew what they were trying to communicate to me. It's hard to explain, but they uh, they did something to my body that I can't talk about. They basically upgraded my body. They upgraded my body massively. After a couple of days after this happened, I recorded videos of it, uh, but my stomach actually bursted. I'm the sixth human in history for that to ever happen to. I'm the only one to ever live from it, and I was completely fleshed out. Um, a lot of people would say, "How do you do that?" Well, that's the only way. Um, I hate to say this, but unless you do, that's what they're trying to do with my mom. Okay, how do I say this? They were trying to do that with my mom, but they couldn't burst her stomach. That's what they're gonna do to have my mom live 30 years. But we were trying to figure out a way to do it to because my mom, her stomach can't burst, she wouldn't survive. So me and uh, the divine people were trying to figure out how to do that to my mom. But my mom was supposed to live for 30 years. Basically, she died of sadness. It was too much for her to lose all the people she grew up with. It was too hard for her. It was originally planned for her to live 300 years. My uncle's gonna live for 300 years. I'm gonna live for 1,000 years. I actually don't age. So a lot of people are saying, "How do you look 18 or 19 and you're almost 40?" Well, that's because I don't age. I actually my age actually reversed. And doctors are trying to figure out why my organs are like late teens, early 20s. I actually am in optimal shape. That's hard to explain. And right now I'm just warning the girl I'm gonna be with. When you're 80 years old, I'm gonna look 18. So I'm gonna look like your grandchild. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but that's I literally don't age. Um, and also, um, I'm gonna have about 5 or 6 wives and I thought one probably more than that. But just see if any girl who's with me, just so you know, I'm gonna um, after 34 years, I'm gonna look like your kid, and I'm gonna be older than you. Because it's looking like I'm going to be with her like a 20-year-old. And so when you're old, I'm going to look like your kid. And I hate to say this, but I mean, I'm telling all true happenings. You can look at my energy signature, you can tell I'm telling the truth. But I actually don't age. Um, um, it's kind of hard to believe, but look at me. I'm almost 40 and I look like I'm 18. That's because my body is functioning like 18. My body actually functions 70, 80%. Most of my body, like my lungs, my organs, my heart, all function 70, 80% higher than most people. My bone density is 52% higher than most people. I know this is kind of hard to believe, but I mean, wait till I'm 50. I'll look like how I look now. I'll look 18 and 19. And watch when I'm 60, I'll still look the same. And when I'm 100, when I'm 200, I still look the same. I'll still function the same. I'll still look like a kid. That's because I don't age. They they did something that I'm not allowed to talk about. They basically that's why I say I can't eat. A lot of people they get offended that I can't eat food. That's because my body's not compatible. Here in the next couple months, I actually I'm only eating I live off of oranges. I basically eat oranges all month long. That's how I survive. And here soon, I'll only be able to consume liquids, and then further in line, then I'll still be super strong. I'm basically gonna be like Captain America guy, but um, but in a young body. I know this kind of sounds hard to believe, but I'm all telling true happiness. You can look at my signature. You can ask me in a month, I'll still tell you the same story.